Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Aaron Comas. I'm here at Black Box Music in Berlin. I want to thank everybody at Drumtrainer for having me do this today. And I'm here doing a rehearsal with the Western Hagen Band. We have some gigs coming up. Visiting from New York City, where I live and have my own studio and play with lots of people there. I'm the original drummer from the Spin Doctors. And I figured I would just do a little talk about something I used to do when I was going to Berkeley for a year. I did 1 year at Berkeley before I moved to New York. And during that year, I spent all day practicing. I would practice like 8 hours a day in the practice rooms. Then at night, we'd have sessions and be jamming with different people. And I spent a lot of time working on my technique. I was studying with Tommy Campbell and Ed Uribe, both great teachers that year, had me doing all kinds of stuff. So I spent a lot of time on technique. But one of the other things that I've always been very interested in is my groove and having my feel together. And I always felt like that was going to be the thing that was going to, really make my drumming sound good and make people want to play with me. And I've always really gravitated towards drummers like Bernard Purdie and Steve Gadd and Al Jackson and Steve Jordan and Jim Keltner and Levon Helm and all these great guys that had these amazing pockets. So one of the things I would do in the practice room was I would just play a groove. I'd put on a metronome, which I have right here, and I would just play the same groove for an hour. Literally like an hour, and try to just get to the point where I wasn't even thinking about it. I couldn't hear the click track anymore, and just focusing on making it feel as good as I can. So obviously we don't have an hour here, but I'm going to just kind of demonstrate what I did. And if you don't have an hour, you could always do what I'm going to do now, which is maybe pick a really simple beat, play it for 5 minutes, and then maybe every 5 minutes or every few minutes, no matter how much time you have, add just one other little thing and subtly build on the groove, making sure that every time you add another element, it's totally in the pocket, it totally has a good feel, you're focusing on your sound, and always staying right with the metronome. And also it's a great exercise not only for feel, but getting used to playing to a click track, which ultimately, if you end up doing studio work, you're going to have to do. So I'm going to play my very favorite beat in the world, which is just 1 and 3 on the kick drum, 2 and 4 on the snare drum, 8th notes on the hi-hat. And if you, I'd say if you play professional drums, pretty much in any style, this is a beat you're going to be doing a lot. And there's a million ways to do this beat, and a lot of people may think, well, this is just simple, anybody can do that, but I totally disagree. I think it's as complex and deep as anything you could ever do technically if you really take it seriously and try to get into that. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate, and I'm going to put the click on 93 beats per minute. I'm just going to play a simple groove for a few minutes, and then I'm going to build on it, and that's it. And keeping in mind that when I was at Berkeley, I would do literally this beat for an hour, and it was very helpful. So there you go, just some simple grooves. As I went on, I added a little kick, added a couple extra things, then ultimately I added some ghost notes, which is something I really like to do. I'll talk a little bit about that now. Ghost strokes are something very common thing to be used in groove playing, and it can just add, they can be more literal where you really add serious notes, or in this case, just kind of an undercurrent, you know. Just real soft undercurrent. I got to have the good privilege of studying with Bernard Purdy in my first year when I went to the New School in New York, and obviously Purdy is the master at that, and he really helped me kind of develop that. So there's a couple little ideas. Remember, always practice with a metronome, play simple, do the same beat for an hour. Be very helpful. Good luck.